to Knitting with Betty. Today I am in portrait because I am filming my lovely workstation here behind me, and it's the only way that I could get it to fit in on the screen in portrait mode. I'm going to be showing you my new workstation. I work from home in marketing, so I need a desk, and it doubles up as a yarn storage up here. Now I have been looking on eBay and Facebook Marketplace for one of these kitchenettes from the 1950s or 1960s for absolutely ages, but they are horrendously expensive. I've seen some for £250, £350, a lot of money, and some of them were in quite sort of bad state as well, so really not worth that much money. But this one was £55, and it was about an hour and a quarter drive from where I live, so I thought, oh, that's all right, I can deal with that. So I went to go and pick it up, and it was from a gentleman who was clearing out, I think it was his parents' house, who had sadly passed away, but they had owned this kitchenette since it was new, and it was in practically new condition. I did have to spruce it up a bit, so I did wash it down and hoover it out because there were a few creepy crawlies living in there. But I really wanted one of these kitchenettes because I thought they'd be fantastic as a desk, but also for yarn storage, to keep my 100% wool or alpaca or natural fibres away from the moths. I had been keeping my yarn in the bottom of my wardrobe to keep away from moths, but that didn't really leave a lot of space for my clothing, and where I had dresses hanging or trousers hanging, it'd sort of get in the way, so I really needed somewhere to store my yarn that wasn't going to get eaten by moths. So I've come up with this fantastic kitchenette idea, and the bonus of having the kitchenette is the bottom part I can use to store my machine knitting equipment, and obviously the top part for other yarns, and then the middle part for my work from home station. So it's a really compact piece of furniture that does sort of three things in one. So let me just straighten you up a little bit so you can see a bit better. Get out my chair out of the way. So I will sort of take some close-up shots for you, but let's the all important cup of tea and coaster. So I'll give you a really quick overview. Put these out of the way. So this is what it looks like all closed up. So it's a nice, neat, compact little sort of storage unit. In the bottom, ta-da! Isn't that great? So I didn't know it had these little baskets in the side doors. Can you see that one too? So yeah, another great place to put balls of yarn. But I've got my machine knitting paraphernalia here. I've got some comb yarns. These are my waste yarn or practice yarn if I'm doing a gauge swatch, that kind of thing. I don't want to use my best. I don't want to use my best yarns. I'll sort of do a practice on those first. In this side I've got my dressmaking patterns and some old knitting patterns as well. So my dressmaking patterns for when I can be bothered to get my sewing machine out. And then yes, these little baskets at the side are just perfect for fitting in odds and ends of yarn that I use for scrap yarn. And this yarn, I'm making a nice colourful scarf on the, or not scarf, shawl on my knitting machine. So that's the bottom bit. I will take a close-up look inside. And it just clips shut. And then the middle bit even has this little, it says breadboard. So you pull this down and you could cut your bread on here or put a mouse mat if you're using it as a workstation like I am. Then in here it has like a knife block type thing. I'm not entirely sure how the knives go into it. I'll do a close-up on that. And then I think these would be where a tray similar to this would go. But this tray, I've got my knitting machine, punch cards and user manuals. So that keeps those nicely out of the way. I've got some notebooks that I've just tucked in the side, and then this is just for odds and sods in here. Then on this side, little glass shelves. I've got sort of my odds and ends in here, like pen pots and my knitting machine tools in there, and post-it notes and things like that, so that they're nice and accessible. And this is my yarn winder in the back that I've just tucked out of the way. So it's a nice neat little workstation there. And then I put my laptop on here and work away here. So one thing about this is that because it's sort of like kitchen unit height, it is a bit higher than like most desks are, so I do have to put like a fairly thick wedge of foam on my seat for when I'm working away, otherwise I won't be able to reach the desk. But that's a small price to pay to sit on a piece of foam, and I'm going to cover my piece of foam in some nice vintage fabric so it looks pretty. And then the top section, a little queenie pitch. So this I bought from an artist that I saw on Etsy, and she was doing a picture to commemorate the Queen's platinum jubilee. So I thought that was a rather beautiful print. I need to get it framed though, so that's just sitting up the top there whilst I sort myself out. But up the top, piece de resistance, it's absolutely jam-packed full of yarn. So I've got all my Susan Crawford yarn in here. I've got my Bendigo woolen now, my Gutchpool Farm, I've got Pearl Soho, all sorts up here, and obviously on the other side as well. And it's just a really nice way to keep it out of the way, all nice and neat. It's nice and colourful. Get surprising amount in here. There's my WI yarns. Oh, and this is knitting for Olive, gorgeous orange colour. So yes, I can't go anywhere else because I can't fit it in the storage unit. Yes, so that is a look around my workstation. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to know where you keep your yarns to keep them away from the moths. I might put some like cedar ball things in there just to make doubly sure that the moths don't get to my yarn. But yeah, I'd love to know where you store your yarn, if you have a special place or you just, like me, used to shove it in the bottom of the wardrobe. So yeah, I'll see you again soon.